Time to hunt.
Oh. There goes some unusual transitions. Good evening. Good evening, Sir Maze. Looks like you're here. Doing station building today. We are in the station simulator save that I have. So just working on some stations today. Dr. Reed. Hello. How are you doing this evening? What are dreadnoughts? I don't think we really have dreadnoughts in X4. Not really. I will double check that. There's no classification for it in the game itself. Doing a quick Google search here. Yeah, the Earl King, I suppose, would be the only thing that could be considered that. But, which I still need to capture that thing. It's not showing up here. Nope, nothing there. I don't... Oh, it's because I haven't discovered it. And it's the station simulator, so I'm not going to have the full encyclopedia. If you go here, that is the site I usually use. That guy's always got good content. But again, it doesn't have Dreadnought in the description though. But it's probably the closest thing to it. Any other Dreadnoughts, the Google search I did a minute ago, there are mods on the Nexus that add in Dreadnoughts from other franchises. All right, let's create a new plot here. Continue. All right, I need to pull up pictures I've got. Mic is clipping. All right, I'm going to monitor my mic and see if I hear it. That should help me figure out what it is. Oh yeah, I hear it. Could be voice mod. All right, we'll see if that helps. So I'm pulling up the list of modules my character has as access to right now. And then we can start building. Also trying to do my Swedish lesson all at the same time. All right, let's switch over to... All right. Testing. That sounds better. It's hard to listen to yourself and talk at the same time. So I can reload it here. Might as well do that. I'll show you. We'll exit. So if you're brand new to it, if you split the word bogus, it makes a scary word. Okay. Bogus.
Tired of waiting for shuttles? Fly wherever you want, whenever you want. Then what you need is a pilot's license. And
Okay.
what's the best place to get one? That's right, Jace Winger's Flight.
All right. So if you do new game and go all the way down to the bottom, you have the Station Design Simulator down at the bottom. And then you can actually save the game in there. So I actually have a save game that is the Station Design Simulator that I loaded up. Because it takes a while, when you do it as a new game, it takes a while to load it up correctly. All right. Back in here. Let's start up another plot because I didn't save the game before I exited. That's fine. Didn't have anything really to save. Where is it? Oh, by the way, is the clipping gone on the mic? It's production, storage, habitation, dock. Sounds better now. Okay. Well, that means I don't have voice mod running today then. Because it was voice mod causing the clipping. I wonder if it's out of date. But it should have told me that earlier. Okay. We'll see if that works now. Is there a difference between Terran and other stations? Because people say that Terran stations only trade with Terran stations or something like that. I mean, the Terran economy is pretty strong and it is self-sufficient for the most part. There are some items that only Terrans use. I think like the composite substrate. Yeah, composite substrate is a Terran item. The metallic microlace is Terran. Better. Okay, I just reset the microphone that VoiceMod was using. Reset it. So it just needed its settings refreshed, I guess. So there's a few items. It's back now. How about now? I'll talk a little bit. See if it works. There are a few items that the Terrans have that was introduced with the Terran mod, or the Terran DLC, that only the Terrans use, but not many. Just one or two items. So it's still there. I don't want it to be there at all. So there will be no voice mod today. Let me go pause that. Pause redemptions on Mandalorian voice helmet because it won't work. Not today, anyway. All right, defense modules. All right, we got the administrative center. Do I have? Yes, I do have the Terran one. I know, Dr. Reed, you had told me something about a change in the controls for the station builder, and I do not remember if I did it or not. I'm feeling like maybe I didn't, because I'm not... Or maybe I'm getting the controls I'm expecting. I'm not sure.
Sir Maze 123 is today's first.
Days first. Pushing W should move the camera forward. Is that forward? Is there a difference between faction parts like parts or money? Well, yes, that's not money. Money's the same throughout the entire universe. But Terrans did introduce new templates that can be done. So for instance, right here, you can use universal or closed loop or Terran for the parts to build things. So let's look at, we'll keep that there. Resources needed. Let's confirm module changes. All right, so Computronic substrate, which is a Terran only thing. Excuse me. Energy cell silicon carbide. Got a closed loop. Stays the same. Got a Terran. But no, it's there are going to be some differences, especially if you're doing Terran builds. So, let's close this. Go to the encyclopedia. Get blueprints. No. Station modules. Let's see, that one only has universal. Let's go to energy cell production, maybe. Just universal field coil. Graphene. Generally, you're always going to want to use universal. Storage. There's going to be Terran. No. Dr. Reed, what's one that has more than just universal? I can't remember one right now. Only shown. Oh, okay. Then I'm not going to be able to show anything right now. Yes, that's what we're going to be doing today, is actually saving presets here so that we don't have to redesign it in the game. This is one of my presets right here that I will not be able to build at all in the live game right now because I do not have all the modules unlocked. But, yeah. And this is, so Dr. Reed had turned me on to the separated modules, to where you can actually place things like this right here. This and this are not at all connected to the main station at all, but it's still part of it. So that's, Dr. Reed told me how to do that. Let's go back. Just one. It's headquarters. Now let's zoom out. Here's the one I want. Can you connect different faction modules? Yes, you can. Like, yeah, as much as you want to. Just gotta be careful about, because there's going to be different food modules for different races, different factions. So you wouldn't want to put, for instance, Argon habitats, but use Teladi food processors, because then you're not going to be able to feed your Argon workers. Oh, you would have to purchase their food. You wouldn't be able to make it yourself. All right, so we're starting out. The intent for this station here is going to be some of the Teladi production modules also have different recipes. Okay, good to know. This station, what we're designing right now, is a basic sector command station with it's going to have defense modules on it, as much as we have access to, and it's the plan is we design this here, save it, and then we're going to load it into Family Takur next Monday or at the end of today's session, maybe. Yeah, I prefer to go with one faction. I prefer, of course, right now with the character I'm working with now, and in general, I prefer the Terran designs. So let's go back to our defense modules. Let's filter everything down to Terran. And let's see, I only have access to the disk at the moment. So let's just drop a few of these in here. Let's get 4. No, yeah, we'll do 4. Not really perks, no. I wouldn't say anything about perks. There might be some, like, different speeds of building, maybe, if you have different workers. I don't think that's true, though. That's the only thing I can think of, though, that would be like a maybe. And now I'm thinking, should I pull up the station build calculator? Probably should. I was using Opera for it. Station calculator. There it is. Now, where do I put it at? We're going to move this. No, that doesn't work. That there. That there. We can turn this on. Double check. Yep, it's capturing the right thing. Let's maximize that, and then we'll drag it up. See if this works. Yeah, all right. So here you go. This is something I highly recommend. That is the X4 station calculator. You can go in here. It has all of the modules, everything you think of, everything that's in the game even. Let's go. Where is the administrative center? We're going to start with that. We're going to add that. And then it shows you all the different things, the needed workforce capacity. We're not the HQ, so we're not going to check that. But we're going to turn off auto, and the actual workforce will pump that up all the way to the top when we actually have the need for it. And then it'll show you the expenses, production, etc. All the stuff about a station as you build it. So like if we added energy there, it'll show us right here. We have one energy cell production operating at 100% efficiency, producing 10,500 energy cells. And then, as you can see, because it is energy, solar power, there's no expenses. Shows our production and profit based off of an average cost. And then down here, it also shows you, that's under the chat, but that's not as important right now. But it's basically the station cost, how much it's going to cost you on average to build this station in the game. So all good stuff. You can even check it off, say, miners, if we had something in here that was water production. Well, you need ice. Well, you can tell it that miners bring the ice in. And then we can also put the energy cell back in there. So the water production requires 9,600 ice. If we don't have miners, then we got to buy it. If we do have miners, we don't have to buy it, and then it costs us nothing. We have energy cells. They'll show you production and consumption, and who's producing, who's consuming it. If we did not have the energy cell production, then it'll show negative on energy cells, and we have to buy those. So, really good tool. I use it all the time, especially when I get into actual production stations. This combat one, I may not use it as much because I'm just going for a defensive station to defend Family Takur from the Xenon. It looks like I have all the... no, not all. I got one. I got base one, cross one, and vertical one. Base one, cross one, and vertical one. I got these three. I do not have these three. And then dock modules, I have 3-dock T and the 4M10S Luxury. I don't have any of the Terran habitat modules, so we're not going to put a habitat on here. I've got small container, small solid for Terran. And then production, I've got the energy cells and metallic microlattice. All right, so we're not putting production on here. I might put energy cell production on here just so it has energy cells. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's outfit one of these. Let's rotate this. Oh, what should be in the game, Dr. Reed? The station calculator? The Terran 4L dock is the best. Yeah, probably. I just don't have it unlocked yet. I haven't purchased it. All right, we're going to start out. We're going to go high preset here. See what that puts on here. Station. Yeah, I think it should be in the game. Somehow they need to put it in there. Although, and to some degree, it is. When you go to the logical station overview, it will show you, especially if you got a bigger ship or a bigger station, it'll show you all this. But that's a little bit, I don't know, it's just, it feels easier to have it on another window. All right. Terran L-beam turret Mark 1. Okay, I'm happy with that. Why is the high preset not put anything in L3? It's interesting. So now the Terran L-beam turret Mark 1. Choose a large turret. Oh, I didn't put anything in there. I want Terran. Yep, we're going to go with that. Maximize that. Now, I hope... I wonder if I have these unlocked. I didn't get pictures of what I have unlocked as far as modules. Beam turret, good beam, shield, beam and shield, beam and shield, beam and shield. Yeah, I prefer that. Let's save this. As beam disk. And then I'm going to do a different one. We're going to go with tracking missiles. We'll do 4 tracking missiles and 4 bolters. And save that as, what do we say that is? Versatile. And I think I got that spelled right. Oh well. Alright, so we're going to keep this one as a beam. This one will go beam. This one will go versatile. And this one will go versatile. Of course, I have no idea which ones are which, but that's okay. They're going on all 4 sides of this anyway. One there. I guess it's not going on all 4 sides because it's only got 2 connectors. Do that. That's it. It's got to have something else. Other module. Let's go. Let's see if we can go vertical. No. Okay, so that's the one thing I don't like about the Terran HQ module. It's very limited in its connectors. So, we got to approach this a little bit differently. We have access to the cross, so we're going to take that, put it there. Oh. Put it there. And then we got one base. Rotate. Come on. Give me that. There we go. And I want to copy module, put it there. Copy module, put it there. Copy module, put it there. You know, I don't need the cross module, do I? Probably not. Or maybe a little bit. Okay. Bear with me. I'm not an architect. I have an idea of what I want, but getting there is not always easy. All right, do that. We'll just grab a new one. Put that there. Give me one, please. Put that there. Put that there. 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 All right, so we're still missing like dock and storage. We're getting there. That was the wrong thing. This is what I want. So I've got, I know I have that, and I have, oh, which one did I have? The 3 dock. T. Which is having trouble fitting. Okay. All right, so I've changed my mind. I'm not going to put the defense modules on top of the command module. Move this. Grabbed hold of the thing. I don't. While I understand why you would want that, for me, not being like I'm no architect, I'm not good with this building stuff. It would frustrate me to have it. So I played, and I'll tell you why with examples. I played Empyrean Galactic Survival. And I played, of course, I played Starfield. The Terran Skin, Argon, Crosspiece, and Split Crosspiece. Yeah, and I love Empyrean. Empyrean Galactic Survival is great. I think it's an amazing game. But when it came to building the ships, I could build the ship. I put in the block, upgrade the block to be the different armor and everything. But when it came to actually detailing it and deciding which details went where to make it look like an actual ship, no, I couldn't do that. And that's even more frustrating in Starfield for me because I see some amazing ship designs where they're just using this piece that is, it's a useless piece. It has no practical function, but it just brings the ship together and makes it look like an actual ship. So that's where I'm like, I love X4 station building because there's no useless piece. It's all going to be there. I mean, you got your connection modules, I guess, are kind of useless, but they help you space things out so that they'll fit and not bump into each other. So not as useless as some of the other things I've seen in other games. Oh, I'm sure it is. I don't have the time to put into that, honestly. Because I mean, if I was going to be able to practice that and get good at it, I would have to quit my job. I would have to work at it all day. Because I'm not good at it. There's no two ways about it. All right, we're going to push this that way. I'm going to come up here. How far can I go? There's the limit. All right. So the idea is when we place this in Family Takur, or my idea right now, is that the dock and the command module, or administrative center, will be facing It'll be on the eastern side, and then you got the gate on the west that is to the Xenon sector, and that's where I'm going to build up most of the defenses on the western side there. There's a Terran L-ship connector dock. Hold on. There's a Terran L-ship connector dock. That is on HQ when you do the Pioneer start, but it gets removed when it jumps for the first time. I didn't notice it. I'm sure it's there, but I didn't notice. I didn't fly around the station before. I just went straight to the mission objectives. It's a one-off piece. Is it the piece that's now missing from the HQ? Because you know the HQ has an imperfect circle. The research ship is okay. I didn't look at it at all. I didn't pay attention to that. I totally missed it. All right, not copy. Let's remove that module. Remove that. And then staying on the same level. So, all right, I do want to stay on the same level. So I'm just going to use this to come out. Up. Remove it. Why do I keep on getting a hold of that thing? I want the actual... Come over here. Gonna remove that module. Alright, let's connect these with the base 1. We go. And let's copy module. Come over to there. Give me this one. No. Okay, got to start here. Remove that. Reset rotation. There. And now move just that. That can go here and remove sequence. Okay. What are the whole points of each of the defense? Should be able to get that from... that doesn't have anything. Let's go here. Do we have it here? No. Don't have it there. I'll have to pull that up in the encyclopedia a little bit later. EG, can you put a chunky bit of hole? Where is that? So the xenon weight. Whale. Oh. Oh. I like your idea. I like your plan there. We're going to call this a sector command station. Confirm module changes. Close menu. Go to encyclopedia. Station modules. Defense stations are something I haven't really messed with. Yeah, same here. This will be my first time really focusing on it. All right, max hull integrity is 600,000 megajoules on the administrative center. 150 on the bridge. And 300,000 on the disk. Let's see, let's go look at other modules real quick. And I'm only going to do the Terran ones right now, just so we can kind of go through and look at the idea. 75,000, 150,000, 300,000. Okay, look at this one. If you want a nothing burger, like it's not a defense module or anything, it's just you throw resources at it. The Terran base connector structure 3. It's 300,000 megajoules. And the Terran cross connector is 300,000. 75 for that one. 150,000 for that one. Well, yeah, I'm going to take that idea. We're going to experiment with that. Information configure station. What did I call it? Sector command. Because I like that idea. I like that idea. So we're going to try that. We're going to use the cross because it's got 300,000. Not as much as the command center, but that's a lot. And what we'll do, we have vertical 1. We're going to drop. And then go under, come forward, and place. All right. Remove that. Remove that sequence. Now, do the same thing over here. Drop. Oops. Disk. Forward. Disk. Remove sequence. Okay, and now we can copy module, put it there. Copy module, put it there, and then put another 2 out here. So what I'll do, as we build this out for the first installation of it, I'll put so that it doesn't block the actual defense station's weapons much. I don't know how much it would or how much it doesn't, but we're going to try and avoid blocking it if we can. We're going to go 1 level down and forward with a 300,000 megajoule hull point cross section, and see if that's the closest to the Xenon. Maybe they'll wail on that for a little while the defense turrets actually tear them apart. Can you actually move stations? The HQ you can move. The HQ. Eventually you can teleport it to different sectors. You saw engines. There's a engine production. Engine part production is here, but there's no actual engines on stations. But the player HQ, when you progress the main story far enough, you can teleport it to different sectors. I won't tell you why, but you'll be able to. Okay, storage. I've only got 2 storage modules that are Terran right now. Container and solid. Yes. So when I get done with this small command station, I am going to be switching over to my totally self-sufficient station. That, as long as it has its own miners, will not need to buy a single thing from any other faction. That is, that's how I prefer my stations to be. Yes, No. Actually, it has a wharf and a shipyard, so it's larger than just a wharf. We're only going to put container on because liquid and solid is for mining stations. Containers are like that's where it's going to store missiles and such for the defense turrets. But we're going to put these containers under the defense modules. And then the containers are essentially behind the connector cross connections to use them kind of like as shields, I suppose you could say. Yes, the wharf is small ships, small and medium. And then the shipyard is large and extra large. Okay. It's not much. It's not pretty. Command. Yeah, it's not pretty at all. Repair themselves. They can, yes. Every station, when you establish the station initially, it's going to want to have. You're going to have. Sorry. I'm losing my train of thought. You're going to have an option to tell it to buy drones or parts for drones. Here we go. So restock drones automatically. It's going to have cargo drones, defense drones, and repair drones. Yes, Brain EXE stopped working. So it's got cargo, defense, and repair drones. It has all of those, and you can have it do it automatically, or you can manually set the number you want it to have of each, which looks like 100 is the most. The number changes based on the modules you have. Some modules have the capacity for more, so my larger station is actually going to have a lot more than 100. Well, this one here would only have repair drones if I did that, but I could do 25, or I could do 20 repair drones, 10 cargo drones, and then the rest defense drones. Which is probably, if I only had 100 drones, this is the layout I'd go with. Because it needs to have a defense. Now, I might change that if I was going to assign a squadron of fighters to this station. I would go with more repair drones and less defense drones. Why would you want the cargo drones? Because they're going to help ships offload cargo faster. So this particular station, because it's going to need missiles stored for the missile turrets. It will need to receive those missiles in some way, and the cargo drones will just expedite that when a cargo ship comes by to drop them off. Now, let's go to the encyclopedia real quick, because I believe I can find there the drone capacity. Let's go to Defense Administrative Center. No. Disk. No. There it is. Drone capacity. Woohoo, that's a big one, Dr. Reed. 1 Terran dock with 16 energy, 6 normal energy modules, 1 L, 1 M container storage, 1 M solid storage, 1 scrap processor, 1 scrap recycler, 1 scrap processor. 1 manticore equals all the silicon carbide and copper straight substrate you would need. Yes, I agree. What Dr. Reed just posted, that is a small station build. That could be a separate little module within a larger station even. Yeah. Write it down, because he's right. I mean, you got... Now, the one caveat is that you'd probably want to build that station in a sector that has shipwrecks for the Manticore to salvage. But that also means there's a higher chance of hostilities against your Manticore, depending on who you've made friends with. That'd be the only caveat I would add to that, because I personally am having trouble with finding wrecks in an area that's not hostile to me. But if you're friendly with the Hop and Paranid and they're at war together, then yes. Exactly what Dr. Reed is saying, because that's what he's done in his game. I don't like the Hop. I've made an enemy of them, so I can't do that. But if you look here, most of your station modules will have a drone capacity, and that's where you get your number of drones. So I got 4 of the discs, the defense discs. And do these come with any? They do not. So I got 4 of the defense discs, and that's where I get my 100 drones at. Why do you say Terran dock? Are they better than other docks? I mean, yes, because they're Terran. Let's go to the 3 dock T-Pier. Also has a 20 capacity drone. Max hull integrity of 750,000. That one's got some drone capacity. That's one got 20. Yes. As long as you set your station to be allowed to trade with other factions can actually trade with your station and sell you the drone parts and drones. So realistically, when it comes down to the actual stations, whose modules are better than other modules, it's going to be personal preference. Now, the Terrans do have a lot of things like this right here. No one else has anything like this. This is a Terran trading station hexadock pier. Gives you access, what is it, 6 docks for large ships. No one else has that. That's Terran only. The Terran 4-dock L. This one? That's not an L, though. That's a 4T. Other mods to get more station modules? Probably. I've not looked into any mods that do anything with ships or stations yet. Dock for... Okay, that's what you mean for L ships, yeah. So, yeah, it's the 4-dock T-Pier. They call it the T-Pier. You got the 3-dock T, which is just like standard. Pretty much everybody has one like that. And then you get the 4 one. But then you go up to the... this one, which is 6. So like, why do the 4? Unless you just want the look of it. I prefer the 6 one. One where you can fly into... Yes, that is this one. The 4M10S. It has 4 medium ship docks on the outer edges, 2 on each side, and then next to those is where you enter with your small ships. Can dock ships get destroyed? If the station gets destroyed, yes. And I think maybe if it gets targeted directly, it's possible. But definitely if the station gets destroyed. Sits on top of the normal Terran. Well, yeah. So if you're going for compact, it could, yeah. And that's hard. Yeah, it's also true. Also true. All right, so I need to get back to this one. All right, so this is what I got so far. Should be relatively cheap. Let's go and plug it into the... we've got... Where's the pier? We got the 3-dock. I should go with the... Well, no, I don't have the E. Get the Terran 3 dock. T pier. Ah, no. Use the calculator that I linked. It'll make it a lot simpler. And in the end, it's just going to be which station modules do you prefer the look of the most. Because realistically, you're not looking at a lot of major differences in them. It's just going to be what do you prefer the look of. Let's find storage S container. And I want the disk. What else did I do? I did other. Do we have other? Yeah, Terran. We gotta do that. And the Terran cross. So we got 4 of those, 4 of those, 4 of those. All right. What you saying here? Yeah, I don't think a ship that's docked can be targeted to be shot at. Because anytime I've had one targeted and when it docks, I lose target lock. I say that the moment I try it, the station just exploded because of not working. Wait, what? Station explodes? Have you lost the station already? All right, this build right here, average with using the average cost of resources, is going to be about almost 6 million credits. Yes. So if you look here, we got the Terran 3 dock pier. No, AI does not make it work. Well, it does and doesn't. So this 3 dock pier here, you see the brown lines going out from it? If you put any module, if you try to place a module within those brown lines, it will not let you. And when you're trying to place the 3 dock pier, if any of those lines cross into a module, it will not let you place it because that is the path a ship must take in order to dock. And so as long as those are clear, you're good to go. But if you try to put something in there, for instance, we'll try to put that. That's there. It's not letting me. Let's pick something else. Let's take this. As you see, it all turns red. It's telling me I can't put it there because that's where a ship needs to go. And then for your smaller docks, you can see the brown column going up. That's showing you where it needs to be all clear. Let's see. I'm trying to get your Mac working for 32, but okay, no first. 32-bit. I don't know if this will work on Mac. I don't know. I know that it works on Linux. All right, so I want to take that. Wait a minute. Yeah, that. Nope, I can't get them both. Okay. As long as you got some friends that can do some techie stuff, that's good. Is there a limit to how many defense stations you can build in a sector? No. Just the limit on if you're going to buy the plot. There'll be a limit on how many you can build based on your budget. Other than that, no limit. It's going to be a while because those are expensive. But I will build it here in the station simulator first, of course. But I'm going to have to research them a little bit since I've never actually done that before. There we go. Let's confirm that. Force the construction in the simulator. I wouldn't want to come up against that. Just beams and discs. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty simple, but the part that I'm like, I don't know about is how do you get it so close to the gate? Yeah, that too. I'm thinking I might try something different. Instead of being right on the gate, I'll go 3 kilometers from the gate. And instead of being like a square that they're flying through, I'll just build a wall. Sector command overwrite. Okay, that's what I'm going to go with there. We're going to add another 2. Switch back over here. No, add another 4. So it's 8. And 8. And 8. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. No. I'm doing that wrong. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yep. Okay. All 8s. So this will be a 9 million credit station. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. I should be using different transition. Let's do game 2. Game 2 is move. And game 2, the game is move. This should work better. Yeah, there we go. So are Xenon fleets strong because people say they are? Yeah. Most Xenon ships you're not going to have much trouble with, but when you get the Ps, and yeah, I don't know why I wasn't doing it before. I guess I had it set up when I did the last station build, and then I've made some changes, and so I lost those settings. I just had to redo them. But when you start getting to the Xenon P and the Xenon Ks, that's where you really like those things can really hurt. I don't have much trouble with them now, but it took me a while to build up to that point. How do I make that transition? Well, it's called Move. I'm using OBS Studio, and I downloaded that transition a long time ago from their website. I didn't do the coding. We'll say it that way. I did not do the coding on it. I downloaded it from the OBS Studio website where they had mods, or not mods, but I guess modules for different scene transitions. So it's just a move transition. It's pretty common, easy to find on their website. It's on the OBS, because that's what I use as my streaming software is OBS. Okay, this station is done. This is what we're going to put in there. It's 9 million, 8 million, 9 million credits. That's what's going to go in there. It has just modules I can access right now with my character. And hopefully these defense systems don't have turrets or something on there I don't have access to yet. If they do, I'll just jump back in here and quickly modify them to not have them. But now, let's go to the headquarters. And let's load up. Let's cancel. Let's save this one. Save as Sector Command. Don't think I really need to have this one saved, but we'll do it anyway. Then we'll load Terran HQ detached. Okay. So what we have so far, and this is all both, visually here and here on the station calculator. We've got the check mark because it is headquarters, and HQ apparently needs 200 workers in addition to what the rest of it may require. Our current expenses is 1.7 million, but that's because of miners. I'm going to check that because we would have miners. What's up with this? I've never seen a negative on the expense before. That's interesting. I realize that the chat is on top of what I'm looking at right now. So let's move. Yeah, that's as close as we'll get to center. Oh, we got a release date? I've not been paying attention. I don't like it there either. Put it over here. Just under my camera. Because you don't have to see the name of the modules. This is the important stuff. I did not know. Do we? I'm going to pull up Steam now. Soundtracks. I didn't buy any of the soundtracks. I don't see a release date. Let's go to the store page. Make it easier. All right, there's timelines on wish list. No, it still just says sometime in 2024. You're new to Steam? That, I'll be honest, that's a little unusual. Steam has been around for quite a while, unless you're really young. Are you really young? So now you're just getting into Steam because you're old enough to now, or is it just you've avoided Steam? Okay, really young. All right, that gives me context on how to understand the conversation. So that's good to know. First time you have a PC. Okay, cool. Well, first off, welcome to the world of gaming. Welcome to the world of PCs. Always going to be better than consoles. Nothing against consoles. They're great. I love them. I have several myself. But the PC is always just going to be more superior because you can end up, in the end, you can do more with your game with the PC than you can on the console. That's just plain facts. So, PCs are great. Stick with it. All right, so let's figure this out. Why do I have a negative on my energy cells here in the looks at Steam's membership bank? Years and ghosts. Now I got to look at mine. Dadgummit, Dr. Reed, you do these things, then I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, what does yours say, Dr. Reed? How many years? How do you raise Steam level? Just buy games and play. I am level 16. I have no idea how I got to level 16, but I play tons and tons of games on Steam. It's almost to the point where if I can't buy the game on Steam, I will not buy the game. But I do have some others I bought through. But yeah, December 4th, 2004. Okay. Oh, you got 4 years on me. I am October 10th, 2008. That's wow, really? 2008? I guess because I graduated high school in 2005, and then I went to the Marine Corps. I was buying games on discs at that point. I guess it really was 2008 before I started almost going completely digital with my games. Wow. I thought it would have been sooner than that. Okay. Or 2008. You were 2004. I'm 2008. Okay. Energy cells. Energy cells. We need more energy cells. So I need to have more energy cell production. Yeah, a level 4 general badge for X4. No idea how. Look into that. What is a general badge for X4? Regretting buying a Mac and not a normal PC. What drew you to the Mac to begin with? All right, that's not what I have here. I've got standard energy cell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 standard. So let's add energy cell production. Let's move it up here to there, and we have 8 of them. Someone I know and my family knows, so it's better and safer, easier. Mr. Dude, how you doing, man? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The Nister. I'm doing all right. Working on these stations here. I'll show you the defense station in a moment. Okay, so now protein paste is the only thing we're missing out on here. Now you did that one already, Sir Maze, and I don't understand it. Can you DM me what you mean by that channel point reward? Because I have no idea what that is. So if you can send me a direct message on that, either on Twitch or on Discord, either one is fine, and just explain what you mean by that request. Because I still got it on my list here. Yeah, once I understand what it is, I'll decide. Oh no, Nister? Oh no, what's oh no, Nister? It's a bit of a joke, but it's anime. Yeah, so I don't know anime at all. So we'll see. All right. Antimatter. Got that in there. Graphene, or engine part production. Got that. Graphene, because I didn't have all the solar power. Hull part production. Got that. Protein paste production. What Sir Maze wants his own. Oh. You know what it is. I thought you hated anime more than I did. Well, hate might be a strong word, but disliked it more than I did. Protein. Yep, got that there. Refined metal production. Got that over there. Got 2 of those. Good. You do dislike it, yeah. I dislike it too. But that's the one reason I know what. Oh, okay. Terran MRE production. Got that. 2. Yes, 2 of them. Terran Medical. 3 Terran Medicals. Yes, got those. All right, I've got that. I got your first message in Discord there, Sir Maze. Oh yeah, Nister, the fleet. The fleet is awesome, Nister. Really, really awesome. Yep, same thing. Okay. So we're missing protein paste. If I bump that by 1, it gives us exactly what we need. So let's go get the Terran protein paste. Where do I have one at right now? Let's put it near it. There's the one that I have. Painstakingly placed. And now I need a second one, which sucks. Okay, you going to go to there, because I'm sure eventually I'll need another one of those. Let's copy this module. Why is it not working? I want it to be like that one is. There we go. Close enough. All right, let's confirm. Force the build. Yeah, that's you only really notice, well, maybe not. It is off center. It is off center. There. I just heard a noise that I'm not sure is a good noise. All right, you guys are chatting away here. I'm going to try to do each ship class in one painting session each, which is usually about 2 hours. We need to lose track of time, and yeah, I know how that goes. So let's take it to be 2 hours on its own. All the novas together took 2 hours. There are 13 classes, so I guess officially 26 hours, plus the bases, which took probably another 6 hours. Yes, Dr. Reed, I agree. That would have taken me months as well. This was purposely practicing painting them as fast as you could, so I could get the tabletop ready. Okay. And X4 Peregrine Spent over 9 hours. Oh, wow. 9 hours on one ship. I can't imagine. Okay, let's save that. Overwrite. Yes. Now. As that stands, we have no expenses. Especially if we have miners. So if we got miners, we're good to go. Models for tabletop. I didn't want to give up. I'll say I was able to paint more. I got the Star Wars X-Wing minis. I painted my favorite ships. And then the rest of them I just left standard. Although I never bought anything. I did buy one thing from Hero Forge. I bought one miniature that was unpainted that I had to paint all by myself. That was pretty fun. But I don't know if I would do it again. Okay. Now, we don't have... Oh, there it is. Terran L ship fabrication, Terran XL, Terran SM ship fabrication. Terran S living quarters. Terran L living quarters. Terran S, there it is. Okay. That's there. I guess I've got everything. So with the exception of, say, salvage, this station is good to go. So painting projects practice speed painting to get as good as you can as fast as possible. I have 4 teeny tiny armies for Warhammer. Projects try to improve the ability, and they take as long as they take. Busted. These took 30. Goodness, 30 hours. Nice station. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It is the Dr. Reed inspired detached module station. I think this station here, as far as production goes, it is good to go. It's at least for a starter self-sufficient station. I don't think this station is going to be supplying the entire universe with ships, but it's more than enough for me to build my own fleet. We have excess hull parts, engine parts, excess medical, excess MREs, excess protein paste, MREs. Why is workforce at 0? There we go. Yeah, now we got it right. Excess MREs, excess everything except for the raw resources, but our mining ships are going out and getting those. So this is set. Only thing it's missing now is proper defensive platforms. Your HQ needs hull parts and turrets components topped up now and again, but it does have about 300 production modules on it. Yeah, this one is focused on ship construction. At some point, so I mean, in that aspect, it is self-sufficient, I think. Maybe I would have to get in there and see try to order a ship from it and see what it's missing. Let's try that real quick. See if we can do that in station design. There's no ship trader on board. Is that because I'm in the station design simulator? Yeah, okay. So I can't test my theory here. Speaking about painting, I'm just preparing my next painting project. It will not be the X-Ray split fleet yet. Oh, when are you going to get to that one? When are you going to do it? All right. Let's load this up so that when we do the saving, it'll save correctly. Soon, he says. I don't believe it. Nah, kidding. I'm sure you'll get to it. You'll get to it when you get to it, right? That's the way it goes. I just want to break from teeny tiny ships, so I'm painting the bigger ship. Hey, yeah, I'm with you there. I get that. 30 centimeter display model. Nice. All right, I am going to pull up Discord and see what Sir Maze sent me here. Just take a brief look at it. Do want to use that. Kind of want to use that. So maybe that's going to go somewhere over there. All right, let's see here. Couldn't find a normal one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to research that more. I still don't get it. I'm still not sure about it. I'll research it a little bit, see what it's all about. All right, so let's bring this in. Oh, no, let's turn you. I did see your DM. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna have to research. I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit more. Because even that little video was just like, I'm still lost. Okay, it is not letting me do anything with with that. Have you interested? No. If you think, I think if you did the anime thing, you don't have a kawaii voice because that's just cringe. You do it with your okay. So is that what the request is for me to do that? If that's what the request is for me to do that, helmet voice or no? I don't. Nope. That's not me. You and me both, Dr. Reed. You and me both. If I had to describe it, it's the typical anime high-pitched voice that they use when they're like, "Oh, this thing happened." Yeah. I won't say anymore. 'Cause I don't know enough about anime. There are a lot of benefits to anime. Okay. All right. So, all right. Forewarning, Sir Maze. Okay. I watched Death Note, and I watched Cowboy Bebop. I watched Death Note because my then girlfriend, now wife, really liked it and encouraged me to watch it. I watched it. Death Note was good. I did have to watch the dubbed version of it. I got tired of the subtitles, and I really liked it. Cowboy Bebop really struck a chord with me because I'm a big fan of Firefly, and Cowboy Bebop was like the closest thing I could get to that. But beyond that, every other anime I've laid eyes on, I have just been like, no. So if you're going to try and sell me on it, that's the hard road you have ahead of you to get past. So I talked through some chatting. So you never find a girlfriend? Well, I have a wife now, so I don't need a girlfriend. What, you didn't like Death Note, Sir Mace? You didn't like Death Note. That's interesting. Chat over here is not getting everything. Where what was going? And there's, yes, Mr. Firefly. Man, can't believe it got nixed the way it did. You watch more of Ice K, more funny, or really funny. So I don't do comedies. I'm not a funny person. I prefer my serious shows. Right now I'm on a NCIS binge. You know what? Screw these things. I don't need these things. I don't need those. Let me just put this in right there on top of the solar panel tower. Why is my scrolling not working anymore? All right, let's close this. Yeah, discard the changes. It's fine because my scrolling was. There we go. Now we're back in action. You know a very serious anime? The Nister, totally given up on anime. Very, very rarely will take a recommendation because every time I do, I explain clearly the tropes that annoy me most, and I get told, but this one is good. And I try it, and it ticks every single stupid trope within the first 5 minutes. You've generally tried a lot of different ones. Which I don't care enough to remember. Yeah, I'm right there with you. Because lots of people have told me, you'll like this one, and I've trusted them. At university, my flatmate tried to find one I liked, a different anime every single night for months. So yeah, I understand, yeah. I don't think I've been exposed to as much as you have, Nister, but I am definitely in the same boat. Let's put it there. Zoom in. Grab this. Come on. Alright, so what is causing it to be... I see. I see. Boom. No, still red. What? Okay, come this way. There we go. All right. Your cat is killing you. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any cats anymore. Dr. Reed watched Akira years ago as he was told it had motorcycles in it. Not watched once since. Akira Akame. Alright. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go... I can't do it on stream because I don't want to have any kind of copyright issues or anything like that. I'm only going to have to do it on stream. I'm going to look up Akame ga Kill. We're going to go to videos. There's an abridged episode 1 on YouTube. Nope. Okay. It opened up with this big giant thing. And it's just spraying blood out from its sides. And their swords are... like there's this one little kid. It looks like a kid. I'm going to mute it so I don't hear it anymore. I guess he's not a kid. But it's... yeah, no. No. It's not serious enough. It's not realistic. Now you're watching Tsukumi Moonlight Fantasy. Okay. It's not realistic, though. Like, that... just that opening scene is just like, no. I guess I will... I will come up with new criteria as it goes on, as I think of it. Yeah, serious and realistic. Like, a lot of the animes I've seen is like, oh, they got this giant claymores of a sword that's, you know, 3 times the size that they are. It's like, no, I can't stand that. Or this, here's this 6-foot guy. Okay, he's a big guy. He's a good soldier, fighter, everything. Oh, he took down this giant titan that's 12 feet tall and jumped over the top of it. It's like, no, not taking that. So there are some good ones. Studio Ghibli, for example, are technically amazing, but I do not get on with the storytelling, except maybe The Grave of Fireflies, which is just personally, I could recommend that one. But I don't enjoy depressing movies. When I watch things, I want them to be something more lifting. Yeah, I can agree with that. That's Berserk. You find it boring. The thing that really annoys me, anime, is over the top everything. Shouting, the stupid poses, and just acting like a dumb kid all the time. Yes! I absolutely agree with you on that, mister. Absolutely. You can watch Hellsing, vampires and Christians, and some bad Germans, just perfect blend. That one, okay. If it's like literally based off of Van Helsing, maybe. I'm just gonna put that on a search tab for now. I'm not gonna actually pull it up at the moment. Super insane. Yeah. So, all right, Nister. The tropes that you don't like. So you did list the over-the-top stuff, the shouting, the stupid poses. What else? What are the other tropes that you don't like? Because I don't want to be one of those guys that's going to recommend something and say, oh, it's going to be different. But I do want to know what the tropes are. Because if anything, I would maybe recommend the Death Note. It's only 1 season, if that helps. Yeah, not letting that word through. But yes, I agree with that. I mean, that's a problem with a lot of modern day media. Oh, you did watch Death Note. Okay. All right. And if you was not bad. Yeah, I mean, it's more on the dark side which I think you don't really like the darker aspects of it, potentially. But I think it does avoid a lot of the tropes you don't like, too. But if you really liked Firefly, then Cowboy Bebop, there's only one character in Cowboy Bebop that I say that kind of hits the tropes, but she's not in every episode. She's not on the screen the entire time. The two main characters are actually pretty normal. Well, okay, that's what I meant. There's a bit of a depressing side to Death Note that may have turned you off of it. All right, so I really want to use this Terran for Doc Pier, but I'm like putting it kind of out there like that. Just doesn't seem right, but I don't know where else to put it at. Or Tanya the Evil. It's a bit of realistic and fantasy. Okay. Well, Sir Maze, if you really want to, you can send a list. I'm not promising anything, but you can send a list on Discord. Dr. Reed, I love Cyberpunk 2077. Yes, Cyberpunk 2077 is awesome. I would stream it, except I have it modded, and so I can't stream the modded stuff. I've been told to watch Edge Runner. Yes. Yes. But it seems a bit OTT from the clips I've seen, over the top. Considering... Alright, so if you were looking at it as it's just an anime, yes, it is over the top. But considering it is based on Cyberpunk 2077, it is not over the top. And it is actually very good. Because everything they do, like you're not going to get a kid in Edge Runners that's just able to do tons and tons of backflips on his own without any training or anything. It's just, that doesn't happen. If he does that, it's because he went and got some chrome. He got the spinal implant or the jumping legs implant. It's all explained via an actual, in the Cyberpunk lore. So it's actually very good, and in my opinion, it's not over the top if you're a fan of the Cyberpunk lore. Romance and Gundam? Nope. I don't like romance. I don't like Gundam. I don't hate them, but I have no interest in them. All right, let's forget this thing for a little bit. Just remove that because it's not fitting in. It's not fitting in. Okay. I need defense modules. I'm gonna go there and there. One on either side there, and then one in the center. Just like your Wi-Fi 0 to... Okay. Well-adjusted person would... What? A well-adjusted person would what? Like their waifu? Energy cells. Which every other station uses. Well, Nestor, I'm just reading the chat in the order that it's coming in. Yeah, and it didn't hold. Okay, so it's not my fault it didn't come through. It's on your end. All right, here we go. The tropes you don't like. Oh my goodness. Spam blocked. The tropes you don't like are, like I said, everything over the top, everything. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that I get. The running, shouting, posing, the fact that everyone seems to be either a child or at minimum middle-aged. I don't like the weird relationship stuff they have, which is at best borderline creepy. Like most of what like is fantasy, but I want something which is, like you said, realistic, not federally. Yeah, okay, yeah. If I wanted that, I would watch live action, but I want something where people behave like normal. So yeah, that's where, like, I get that you didn't like Death Note and didn't want to continue Death Note, but Death Note is like, I don't feel like it's hitting those boxes. I don't think. I could be wrong. It has been almost 5 years since I watched it. Yes, Sir Maze, it is. I'm working on the station build while we're talking about anime. You started this, Sir Maze, okay? Don't, you started this by talking about anime. But yeah, and then Cowboy Bebop, I would say, also does not hit those. There is a child on the ship, but there's also 3 adults and one guy. I mean, one guy, or 2 of them. No, three of them. The 2 guys and the woman. They're bounty hunters. So they're going around collecting bounties and struggling to get by because sometimes they get beat by other teams getting to the bounty. And then the one bounty hunter guy has a big old backstory related to the Yakuza. And they don't do poses in Cowboy Bebop. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you, oh, you will absolutely love it. I'm not going to be that way. Copy paste is yep, you started this. By just one message, it has escalated into an anime chat. Yes, it has, apparently. Got his complaint. Yeah, it's not an anime chat. It's an anime complaint support group. Unbottle the hatred. So good at creating chaos. Indeed. Indeed. Rename the stream to Anime Hatred Support Group. Okay. We have docking down there. I got docking down there. I don't need the docking up here. Don't need it. I like it, but we don't need it. I will keep that one. The one Terran one. Remove that sequence. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, see, while I'm talking and chatting with you guys, my brain is still, like, processing all this. And then I can just come in like, all right, yep, do this, do this, do this. In a short burst. Get it done. Almost made a whole community believe 2 streamers were together as... Really? That's a little bit... That's a little over the top. Also started a fake cult. Okay. When I was still accepting recommendations, one person thought it would be funny to recommend an adult... Oh, no. No way. So, let's see here. No. Okay. Apparently I can't. I need a way to do this. How can I do it? Right clicking isn't working. I don't want to pin it. Okay. Yeah, I imagine they wouldn't have the trips because their intention is something entirely different. All right, Sir Maze, you have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. If you old enough and you like the stuff you do, you. But yeah, I'm with you in this story. I'm like, yeah. Not something I would enjoy watching either. That gets me the whole thing. I want to move it to there. Let's confirm. So I want them on opposite sides like that. Yep, perfect. And then I think I may want to... I can move this down to there. Yep. So back on topic, X4 is pretty okay, right? X4 is amazing. It's the best game ever. And I say that with very little sarcasm. Actually, I mean, there's a small amount of, but no, it's X4, Skyrim, Fallout 4. These are the games I keep coming back to year after year. And I'm not going to come back to a bad game, am I? No. In fact, I would say X4, it's not even that I'm coming back to it year after year. I'm coming back to it, well, for the stream week after week, but without streaming even, it's every other week. Because I do try to get game time in on my other games too, but yeah, I'm always coming back to it. Which means it's one of the best games out there. So I also want to use this thing. But where? Where can I place it? Alright, I know what I'm going to do. Found a new non-exploit money exploit. Rush Terran missions to get litigious rodent. Join Terran Argon Xeno War. Just do a heap of drop sat missions for ungodly amounts of money. Oh, I've got to go off topic again for a bit. Oh no, Nister, now it's going to be your fault. That's okay. What you got? Alright, we're going to take 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm going to have to take half of that. So let's copy that whole sequence, put it there, and then after 2, 1, 2, I want to delete that sequence. Now that also removed the Terran ones, which we need to move down anyway. The pirate game, that's a good off topic. But also, Dr. Reed, send me that process. Put that in on the Discord for the X4 Discord. Or on my Discord in the X4 chat. Alright, the pirate game. Did a playtest with Mini Nisterette on Saturday. Went pretty well. A few things I need to change, but for the first time playing a game I made up with no experience designing tabletop games, it was pretty good. And then, yesterday, Mini Nisterette asked me if we could play together. Oh, nice. Nice. The way you set that up, though, it's like, something bad happened. She asked to play again. That's awesome. I'm definitely going to be playing it with my little one as well. Little Wraithette. Not this Saturday, but maybe this Sunday. Because I got the Fallout game this Saturday. Come on, give me the control I want. Commission the cover image for the rule booklet from a friend. Oh, nice. Why did those go red? It'll be in style of an old wood print in black and white. So it'll look right for the theme. And there's an and. It'll basically be a coloring page. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that. $726,000 credits for dropping 2 advanced satellites and Xenon space, and then drop 5 laser towers for another 112,000 credits, all in one mission chain. Nice. All done in the litigious rodent. No hassle from Xenon. Dude. Yeah. Although I think I'm well past the litigious rodent at this point, if I remember correctly. So I would not be able to do that now, but maybe in another playthrough. Can I get that? Will it go there? Will it? It'll go. It's not touching anything. Let's confirm. Everything. So let's force the build. Take a closer look. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, it's inside the ring, but it's not touching anything. So we're going to go with it because I need this all to be a little bit closer. So that I've got room above for the docking module I want. Now this one probably will not go down. Yeah. So it's going to have to stop there. It's attached there, so from here up can go away, and from there up can go away. Confirm. Force it. All right. I just feel like the solar panels should be connected to the main system. That's the only reason I'm not breaking them off into their own independent module. I probably could and just have all the room I want, but I still want to a degree I want it to make sense. And solar panels, because they are producing on board, I think they need to be connected to the main system, so that's how we're going to do it. Now, the hexaduct. It doesn't like me very much right now. And raise it up. Bring it in. There we go. That worked. It's centered over the asteroid. Hold down Control to not have any snapping. That's perfect. And then in the lore, in my head canon, the large ships can dock there, and the cargo drones will ferry stuff to and from that dock area to for the large ships. And if they actually need repairs, then there's like the full-blown repair station down there. Right? That's a ship fabrication. Oh, do I not have the L ship maintenance? I thought I had that somewhere. L ship fabrication. Fabrication? Uh-oh. I'm missing my maintenance modules. I do the same thing. But what if I wanted to have a ship being built and perform maintenance? Because if, I mean, this is going to be the HQ. It's going to need to be able to field or build combat ships while also maintaining a existing fleet. Do 2 L builds. All right, so not only... I get what you're saying. I understand why you're saying that. But my mind comes up with all these scenarios. So what if I've queued up 2 large ships to be built, but then I have a 3rd ship that needs maintenance? Because I feel like, oh, I have 2 build slots. Let me just put 2 things in to be built. Oh, I had a ship that needs maintenance. But if I have a build ship and a maintenance slot, then I can never fill that maintenance slot up with a build and clog up, prevent ships from coming in for maintenance. Auxiliary ship. Can the auxiliary repair large ships? So far I've not had any luck with auxiliary ships. It can. Okay. Then for now we'll leave it at 1. This is still Mark 1 of this thing, of this monstrosity. It is a monstrosity. The dock at the Oxy. I've not had any luck with that. Okay. Oh, did that do what I think it just did? This little Terran 4-dock pier sits on top of the Hexa dock, giving me 10 ports up top. It is. I have to agree. It is the best. Although I do want to raise it up a little bit to bring it out of conflict, the bounding boxes out of conflict. If I can. There we go. Look at all those docking lanes. That's a little insane. That's a lot of docking lanes. Okay. I got to get some defense modules in here. I've got some on the habitats. I've got some at this docking ring here. But it's time to put some in other places. I figure if I put them in the center, keep them all in the center area on the same axis of the main HQ. Excuse me. They'll be able to reach the whole square. So if I put one out here on this edge, it'll reach top to bottom with its weapons. So we're going to use, don't guess it's a trick. see which way will this fit. No. This will do it. Just gonna build this out to the edge until I get to where I want to have the defense module. Then I'll remove them. Let's go. Alright, there's the edge. So we get rid of this one and place that. Get rid of this, and then we can get rid of that whole sequence. Now, the bridge. I like the bridges. Gonna do that. Actually, no. Other side. The autosave in Station Build Simulator is so fast. Doesn't have nearly as much it has to save for me. I wish the save in the regular game could be that fast. If only wishes were money, right? Okay. I like that. See this? Yep. Use that to go over here. Collector's Edition. If you're buying it at this point, yes. That's probably going to be the best deal available at this point. I wouldn't tell you to buy any other version. Collector's Edition, as far as I know, it's going to come with all the DLC. You'll get the soundtracks as well, which they're good. I personally don't have the soundtracks. I don't buy a lot of soundtracks. But if you're into soundtracks, then they're good. But then I think in the end, you'll probably spend less money on the Collector's Edition while getting the soundtracks than you would buying the other stuff individually. That didn't work. I just realized I want to do something over here too. Really get them the same. I'm going to remove that. Put that in. Back over here. Do this. Boom. Boom. Not so much worried about it lined up with the internal modules, but to be as lined up as possible with their exterior. Be mirrors of each other as much as possible. Let's see. How does the not connected things work? Don't you want to be able to move to one place to... So for the most part, the things I have that are disconnected, you don't walk in them when you're off the ship. So there's nothing there. And even if you did, you dock, you go to an elevator, and the elevator will move you to the appropriate place. So it's, yeah, teleporting to the appropriate location, even if that location is disconnected from the dock that you docked at. So nothing to worry about there. I can't believe I managed that without the Xenon getting a bit twitchy. If you want all the DLCs. There'll be a new bundle with timelines when it comes out. If you want to wait, if not, then I'm not going. Oh yeah, yeah. There is. I got a question. I need to look at something first before I ask that question because I don't want to be saying the wrong thing here. Requires X4. Oh, I have the Cradle of Humanity soundtrack. That's the only one, almost the only one I got. There was there ever a season pass on the X4? Like you buy this and you get access to all the DLC before even DLC that was not announced yet. Was there any package like that? Oh, come on, again. No, there was not. Okay. Had there been, I would have bought that. There was some game out there. Maybe I'm thinking of a Bethesda game where I did that. Because I can tell you right now, Bethesda games, any Elder Scrolls or Fallout game, and X4 games, if they came out up front when the game's released, buy this, and you'll get access to all the DLCs for the next 2 years or something like that, or all the ones that are released within the next 2 years, I would buy it day one. Because I've pre-ordered everything I've could on X4 so far as well. DLC's coming every year, but that's not set in stone. Things come out when they come out. Yeah, yeah. Season Pass will require more regular content and much stricter schedule. You will never buy a Season Pass again, Dr. Reed? Why not? Which game made you mad? Because that's what happened, I'm sure. Some game out there made you mad. It's like, never again. Division 2 and Modern Warfare 5. Well, yeah. The developers of those games are they're not good people. Mech Warrior 5. Is there Modern Warfare 5? I think I just made a fool of myself. Because there probably isn't, is there? Mech Warrior 5? Really? Hold on. Is that the one I have? It is. I loved Mech Warrior 5. What? I even streamed it one time, I think. Why did you not like their DLC? Which one let you down? The Division 2, I understand. The Division 2 is... I've played it a little bit. I'm not a big fan of it, but... MechWarrior. There's supposed to be... the first DLC with it, but instead they gave us a manual. What? What? I'm actually missing some of the DLC. I didn't realize that. I don't have Solaris Showdown or Dragon's Gambit yet. Let's go back. Let's look at it a different way. Properties, DLC. Nope, that's all. Go to store page. They blamed it on COVID. Well, I guess I didn't buy Season Pass there because I got to the game late. I didn't have... it was already gone before I got to buy it. But I bought some kind of package because I got the digital extras content. And then I've got Legends of the Kestrel Saber Lancers, Heroes, Called Arms, Rise of Razaheg. And then I'm missing Dragon's Gambit and Solaris Showdown. I love the game. I'd like to get it. You pre-ordered it? I don't remember if I did or not. So at this point, I'm missing 2 DLCs. So I'm like, I'd like to get back into it. I love that game. That one and Warrior Mercenaries, I think. No, this is Mercenaries. What's the other one? BattleTech. They're so similar. Yeah, just BattleTech. Top down, instead of being in the mech, you're commanding a squad in a tactical top-down view like Command & Conquer. That one was... I love that one too. Yeah, everybody had a couple problems with COVID. You get over that and still deliver what you promised. I didn't know they did that. Like I said, I liked what I played of it. I didn't notice anything missing myself, but that's not to say that it wasn't missing. Maybe I just got in after the after it all happened. But I wouldn't swear off season passes altogether. Personally, I think it all depends on the. Oh, come on! Why is this not working? On the developer. Division 2, I love the game, but the year 1 season pass was a total joke. They didn't release content till year 2. Oh, really? See, that's where I'm a little bit like, no, I won't do it necessarily. Oh, this is not working because it's outside of the... That guy. Let's remove it. Again, for me, it depends on the developer. But if they say, well, for this season pass includes the first 2 years of DLC, depending on the developer, I will do it. There's probably there are developers I would not do that with. If they have any kind of history of doing microtransactions, not gonna happen. I'm not gonna buy anything from them in a package deal, unless it's like everything's already released and it's that kind of package. But that didn't work. Control Z, that works. Probably the publisher, not the software house. Yeah, could be. But you know, there's publishers, they're all just after the money. That's all they care about. Right there. It won't. Why? Is this thing literally going... Oh. Yep, I see it now. It's slanted. Not like this much, but I'm exaggerating, but it's actually going on a slant. And that's why that one little spot is like hitting the edge of the bounding box. I wonder why. Because I based it off there, which should have been relatively straight. But somehow it's not. Well, I'm not sure what to do. Only other thing I think I might be able to do is if I came off of there. But I'd rather do that from this side. No, I wouldn't. Yeah, I figure most of the game devs themselves are not a fan of it. Yeah. I mean, to a certain degree, I'm like, you got to do what makes money. And sometimes that means doing something that not everybody likes. But then there are times where it becomes a little like, no, now you're just gouging. I got to point to Larian Studios. And I think to some degree, I mean, Egosoft as well. Probably not to some degree, like to a lot of degree. Larian Studios and Egosoft. Now, Larian has done multiple different games, different genres. But their recent success with Baldur's Gate 3 is it shows you that you deliver a game in its entirety. And it will succeed. Now, they did a lot of early access, and the players did a lot of feedback, but they did well because they delivered what the players wanted. Now, Egosoft, pretty much in the same vein. Now, as far as I know, Egosoft has only ever done the X series. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Mister, but that's it. Egosoft is X4, or is X, and currently is X4. You guys aren't going to go branch out and build a survival game or a tactical RPG. You're going to stick with the X series, which is a good formula, and it makes money. But you also you've gone with you deliver an entire game and then you can build on it with the DLC. Slightly different than what Larian said. They're not doing DLC. They're like, the game is the game. New content should be just part of the game and not DLC. So they're taking a slightly different approach there. But both approaches, in my opinion, work really well. Neither approach is nickel and diming the player. And the companies are staying in business. Yeah, that's what I thought. I didn't know the exact year, but yeah, only X games. Before that, there were other games. Oh, okay. But since 1999. Well, I didn't know about Egosoft until 2004 or 5. Now, as far as how do you do microtransactions? The best example I know of would be Star Trek Online. And I would say, with very few exceptions, 90% of their microtransactions are cosmetic. And yes, you get a new ship. It has its own individual stats, but it's not going to give you any kind of leg up over other players. It is. It is a thing. But it all depends on how the game is going to be done. Now, Star Trek Online, when it first came out, it was buy the game, and then you have your monthly subscription. And then they decided, all right, we're going to go free to play with a premium subscription level, if you want it, with some benefits. But those benefits are only so that you have extra coins to buy cosmetic stuff in the microtransactions. I would have to use this side because it's more flat to the edge. But I'm starting to get a little bit tired here, so that's going to be for another day. We'll just leave that side lacking a little bit on the defense. That'll be okay. So what they did, they went free to play, and the bulk of their money comes from microtransactions now. And like I said, all cosmetic. There's no leg up on other players. And I buy quite a bit from Star Trek Online because I like the new ship's designs. But I've never been like, oh, I bought the ship and now I'm so much more powerful. It's like, no, I actually still have to grind to get the gear I want to become more powerful. So that, in my opinion, that there's three examples. There's the Larian Studios out there. They're like, we build a game, release one game at a time. We do some patches on it and everything, but there's no DLCs. It's the game, and that's it. And then you got your Egosofts. That is, we do this one series, and we may stay on one game for a while and do some DLCs on it, but they're all really good quality, high quality DLCs. The core game is high quality, complete, and the DLCs are just like entirely new things adding on. And then you got who's got Estia now? Cryptic Studios, I think, that takes the microtransaction approach, which is like, I'm not going to do microtransactions if I had to buy the game originally. If I had to buy the game to be able to play it, you shouldn't have microtransactions. But if it's a free-to-play game, I'm okay with microtransactions as long as they're not giving players a leg up on each other. Fun fact, the X2 codebase still has references to the Amiga projects in it. I don't know what the Amiga projects are. It's all stripped out by the time of X3. How much... Alright, so you said the X2 still has references to something. We'll get to or you'll tell me what the Amiga is in a little bit. But then you said it was stripped out by the time you got the X3. How much of the code base is actually like, oh, let's start X3, let's copy X2, and then making changes to it? Or do you start from scratch? Because that's, as a web developer, I'm constantly like, oh, I need to build another CRM. Well, here I get my boilerplate CRM, and then expand or take out from there. I'm curious as to how well that works in game dev. I imagine you would have to start from scratch if you change engines. But if you're in the same engine, could you just like copy X2 and start from there to build X3, or in this case, copied X3 to start building X4? But back to this a little bit here. This is where I'm going to end with the HQ. It is fully capable of building ships, self-sufficient on that. We've got defense modules up and running. We've got a little bit of alignment issue over here. I can't get that defense module the way I want to. I'm going to have to, the next station building session, we're going to have to do some meticulous work to get that to work. And then eventually as we move on and adds more production modules to do other production other than ships, we'll expand the defenses of it as well. So that's a big, complicated project. Big, complicated question. Okay. Well, ballpark it for me. Because I know it's complicated. I know it's not going to be just copy and paste. Even though I'm not versed in, game dev itself. I have an understanding of code bases, enough of an understanding to know that even my web projects, it's not always just going to be copy and paste. There is still going to be major changes that have to be made, and sometimes you want to start from scratch because your boilerplate is not even close. So I suppose it depends on how different the next game is going to be, whether or not you can do a copy paste. We're going to real quick I want to load up into I'll save this. Station Design Simulator, overwrite that, and then we're going to load up into the main game and see if I can place that defense station. Where companies want to use where possible. Yeah, I figured as much. 3334. Because from a soup perspective, you don't want to rewrite what you've already written. Yeah. So like if you got a good AI that looks for good trades and everything, and your trade system is going to be the same way and everything, you copy over the trade AI, you copy over the system locations and how the trade markets are all going to be structured and everything. You just copy those over probably. Reusable player have some in-house libraries they use for various things that they're familiar with. Yeah. So maybe not a direct carbon copy of this project, archive the one that is the last game, and then rename this carbon copy the new game and start from there, but copy bits and pieces using libraries, that kind of thing. All right, so without, let's go make it big. Create a new plot, and let's go right in the center. Continue. However, some of the previous companies I worked at, we have started from scratch. Really? Because you have already written it once, you can write it again, cleaner, better. Yes. Okay, yeah. I have definitely experienced that. Sector command. There we go. That is there. I'm not going to place it and save it just yet. We're going to save that for next week. But next week we will place this, save it, start the construction, and we'll begin patrolling this sector to keep it protected from the Xenon, and then we're going to invade the Xenon space as well. So that is the plan for next week. Each time get better, so it really depends on the team, the projects, etc. Yeah, I can get that. I can get behind that and understand that pretty well. It does not sound all that different from the way I've handled both in teams and on my own web projects. Larger ones, of course. There are some that are just so dirt simple. It's like, okay, just copy and paste, change the name, and that's it. And then there are others that are, the more complex ones. Like, we can copy and paste this one page, and then the rest has to be done from scratch. So yeah. Sounds familiar, and also interesting to know that if I can just learn the language, the programming languages, maybe I could get into game dev a little bit easier than I have been thinking. But then there are also things on the other end of the spectrum where studios know intimately how the game works, so it doesn't make sense to rewrite, and they just iterate on what came before. And X4, yeah. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Because going back to X3 Terran Command, or Terran Conflict, I would say, obviously the visuals have updated. The visuals are far superior in X4 than they were in X2 and X3, obviously. But everything else, like, yeah, there's been some tweaks to the ship commands and everything, but for the most part, it's the same game. Stories, outside of story, mechanics-wise, it's the same game. A bit of the ship of Theseus. X4 does have legacy of early X games. Yeah. X4 codebase is massively different from X3, but it is an evolution, not a rewrite. Yeah. Well, and that's makes total sense. Why would you completely rewrite? It probably would take you twice as long to release a new game. And if the new game you're making needs to have the exact same mechanics as the previous game, why rewrite? You just bring all those over, improve on the ones that you think need to be improved, create your new story, update the visuals. You guys rearrange the map as well. Added new ships, new weapons. Yeah. Why not do it that way? Saves time, saves money, gets the game out there quicker, makes the fans happy. All right. Well, that's going to be it for tonight, guys and gals, if there's any out there watching. Mr. Dr. Reed, thank you guys for watching tonight, stopping by. Sir Maze, if you're still there, appreciate you stopping in and chatting with us. Ship Thesis being a thought experiment. If you, over time, replace every part of a ship, is it still the same ship? Is it? Are you the same person that you were however many years ago it took for your cells to replace each other? Because your cells are constantly replacing each other. So are you the same person? Are you the same physical body?
Awaiting orders.
That is, it is a conundrum. Because it is both the same and different at the same time. But that's enough philosophy for tonight. You guys have a good night. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your evenings. And don't forget that this Saturday is Fallout. And then next Saturday as well. We're doing 2 Saturdays in a row to avoid conflicting with any Easter plans. And then we'll see if I do anything else this week. I think I might be on again Friday with something. We'll see. But till then, take care. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time.